right. Hello, good evening. Welcome to another live episode of the ONG Strike Zone. Bryan Fulford, Kelvin Rozier, Marcus Green. Good to be back with you. As gentlemen, we are concluding. This will be officially the last. I think this will be officially the last episode. Or I don't know, either this week or next week. The last episode of season 3 as we get ready to head into season 4. How you guys doing tonight? Kelvin, are you back? It looks like Kelvin's back in his home studio. Marcus, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I had a good time watching you guys yesterday in between doing what I was supposed to be doing at work.
Hey, let me just say this, man. I don't know what was up with Bryan yesterday. He was kind of like he was like my man from what was it, Mississippi Valley State announcer when he came on talking about his good teeth. Oh, Bryan was sharp. Bryan was all trimmed up, had his cut fresh. He had a little stud.
Yeah, I saw the stud. You get some comments on that stud. We were like, where did Bryan get? Oh, no.
Hey, I don't know who he was trying to press, but he was going to get it.
Man, y'all leave me alone. Y'all leave me alone.
Hey, but I really do appreciate the ONG polos, man. That was really well done, man. We look good, man. If I remember correctly, it wasn't too many other folks there that was coordinated and had that official on. So, man, good job, player.
Appreciate you. Yeah, let me give a shout out to my people, Jay's Creations, Jamaica, and you can check out their website, creationsbyjb.com, creationsbyjb.com. And so that's the folks who hooked us up with the nice polos. If you go to our Instagram, I did make sure to retweet, or I tagged them in the most recent post I did about maybe 30 minutes ago before the show. So you can see some of the photos from the last 48 hours. Obviously we had a chance with SWAC Media Day and everything. We had a chance to talk to Kelvin Dean, Kendall Bowler, Coach Colsey was there. Met the new football ops, Jennifer Santiago, very cool lady. I had a plan. We talked for a lot, I don't know if she was interviewing me or if I were interviewing her. I don't know, but we talked a lot. Of course, got to hang out with my favorite AD Sykes. Might have seen some of the photos. Y'all are
Jimmy
special.
Mack starting rumors.
My Spartan sister. That's right, my Spartan sister. Let's see who else. Got to meet with. Let's see, Carmen and Dexter and a lot of the Birmingham Rattlers. They hosted a little meet and greet. Then just being around all the other HBCU media folk at Media Day, and then of course capped it off today with the MEAC SWAC Challenge. A good host of Atlanta Rattlers were at the MEAC SWAC Challenge. If you didn't see it, it's on YouTube. I know we retweeted it from our handle, but you can go and check it out as well. So we got a lot to talk about on tonight's show. Even got some. We're gonna do some giveaways, fellas. We even got some things to give away to the people. Worked on. I know a lot of people saw the great media guide that Josh and his team put together. Let me see if I got it right here. Yeah, this cool little media guide right here. Guess what? We got a couple of signed copies from Kendall, Kelvin, and Coach Colsey. We are going to give those away on the show. These are kind of commemorative, right? Because this is the first media guide for Coach Colsey. And, that some people might say that's 2 NFL prospects right there. And those 2 fellas. So talk about a keepsake memorabilia item that you're going to be able to get tonight. We're going to do a giveaway. Man, y'all are funny.
Oh, don't let me log in.
Hey, we might want to do that other story first since they already fired up.
You already fired up? No, you're not. We ain't gonna do that.
Ooh, don't let me log in and be able to click which ones pop up on the screen.
Yeah. Hey, make sure to hit the thumbs up and the like button already. Get it out the way if you're watching on YouTube, obviously on the Jericho Broadcast Network's YouTube page at MyJBN Online, or the ONG Strike Zone YouTube page at ONG Strike Zone. On Facebook, of course, the Black College Sports Network and the ONG Strike Zone. Twitter, funny thing is, Twitter, now our streaming site that we use, they then got brand new, where now you have to be a paid premium subscriber on X now. So our live stream is not running on the ONG page, but you know what I got to make sure to do? It is running on the Black College Sports Network page. So I have to make sure to retweet it there. It is running live since we do pay for that little feature with the Black College Sports Network. And of course, people watching us on Instagram Live. So we're still everywhere. We're trying to be in as many places as we can be.
Turn the comment zone. Turn the comment zone.
Yeah, in a second, man. Y'all are ridiculous. You see that Cash App sign? You can donate to the show any number of ways. You can hit the square in the corner. You can donate a cup of coffee if you want, anything. There's a Cash App sign there at the bottom, MyJBN, CSN, or if you're watching us on the Jericho Broadcast Network's YouTube page at MyJBN Online, go ahead and drop a super chat in there if you would, and help keep the show going. You can also join the JBN YouTube page. Another giveaway that we're going to be doing, I'll talk about that here in a second, because if you are a member of Jericho Broadcast Network's YouTube page,
even Jared getting some.
I have had these things. I've had these. Here, look. I've had these things for 30 years. I got them when I first.
I ain't never seen them.
I only break them out in special occasions.
We noticed. Hey, we noticed.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with Rally Nation. You got brand new owners. Now you old regular Bryan again. Hey, Rally Nation. ONG Strike we don't even get the studs in the ear. What up, dog?
All right, man. Look, y'all relax. Y'all relax. Man, I tell you, y'all are special. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the intros. Let's say hello to people. You know, I know y'all are itching and dying to get to the comments and seeing how ridiculous y'all are going to be tonight. But we want to say hello. Let's see who's in there. Let's look in the chats. And see who's in where. Jimmy Mack, first one in. Good to see you, Jimmy Mack. Thank you for watching the coverage on the Black College Sports Network of SWAC Media Day. Thank you. Bull, representing the Boosters Life membership. Exactly. You want to make sure that that's a great reminder, Bull. Thank you for that. Let me go ahead and get that reminder there. I want to remind everybody, go ahead and join the FAMU Rattler Boosters, FAMURattlerBoosters.com. We're trying to drive up membership in the month of July. We're only halfway through the month. Become a member of the Boosters. That's your most direct way in which you can support FAMU Athletics. So please, you don't have to be a Bull. You don't have to be a Life member if you don't want to. But, you can be a member, and that membership goes a long way. So let's drive up some membership, and then we'll talk about what's upcoming on August 10th as well. Good to see Ken in there checking in. Good to see you, Ken.
What's up, Ken?
Marvin Allen checking in.
Duval.
Dr. Lori, good to see
Doc.
Can't wait to see Doc. She'll be joining us at our table, Rattler Boosters kickoff luncheon, August 10th.
Super Rattler.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'll let you know in a second how you can join us. Me, Kelvin, Dr. Lori, might even be a few other people there that you know. But there'll be some open seats, and we're gonna give those open seats away to people. If you are a member of the Jericho Broadcast Network's YouTube page, you can you're going to be automatically registered. So people like my guy Marcus, who's a member of the JBN YouTube, you are automatically registered to possibly join us, and we're going to do that next Wednesday, right, Kelvin? Next Wednesday, we're going to So you got until next Wednesday to go ahead and join our JBN channel. Tamara T also entered. She's a member. Good evening, Tamara T. She's also entered as a member of our JBN.
What's up, Tamara T?
Rattler. So we look forward to seeing them. Mary 305, good to see you, Mary.
What's up, Mary? Hey, Mary. Hey, Auntie.
Exactly. Hey, Mary. Demetra Offer, good to see you, Demetra. Thanks for checking in.
What's up, Demetra?
Good to see you. Good to see you. I love how Dr. Lloyd comes in, greetings to everybody. I love it. I love it. EA, thank you for watching our coverage, man. Thank you. Appreciate you watching. Good to see you. Thanks for checking in.
Hey, I ain't wanting to start nothing, but some folks say she be clipping wings too quickly.
Who?
Dr. Lori.
Yeah, we had to hear about that, right? We had to hear about that. Man, I tell you. And then speaking, hold on, I was gonna say something because I realized, Mr. Campbell's working on it for me. But boy, I tell you, we talk about I be fighting for people, but then I turn around and get sniped. But anyway, that's all right. Emmett Jones, good to see you, Emmett. Thanks for checking in. Chuck Hunt checking in from Monroe, Louisiana.
What's up, Chuck?
Chuck, I'd love to hear what do you think those two teams out of Louisiana going to do? Grambling and Southern. We're going to talk about the standings and the predicted order of finish coming up. Love to hear your thoughts on that. I agree, Marvin. Yeah, Coach Colsey and the players did a great job at SWAC Media Day, man. They were really engaging. Another home run as we brought a couple of rattlers that really engaging personalities and everything. So it's a good look. Good luck. Great job, Coach Colsey. Great job, Kelvin and Kendall. You guys did a great job. Will Davis. Good to see you, Will. Thanks for checking in.
What's up, Will?
Yeah. JT checking in. Good to see you, JT. Appreciate you. Look who. Hey, but long time no see. How you doing? Stashay.
Stashay. Boy.
Good to see you.
I wish we could turn her mic on right now. I wish she was on here. We could turn her mic on now, buddy. Man, I know she got something funny.
She gonna cut up. I may have to send her. Look, I'll send.
Let her come on.
I'll send her the chat. We gonna open it. So I called it a wide open Wednesday. We're gonna open up the chat lines and let you guys jump in there. See, Tamara, I'm the same. Look, see, I didn't get brand new. I really did. And you never know. Y'all swear I was trying to impress somebody, but now I know.
Cause we ain't new to this now. We rattlers.
Anyway, Mr. Steve checking in.
We know when you're hunting. That dog go hunt.
Anyway.
The standard is the standard.
Standard is the standard, right? The standard is the standard. Impress when you can while you can. AD Drew checking in. AD finally made it home, man. He's been on the road just like me, just like Kelvin a little bit. So good to see AD finally got back. Yeah, okay. I've addressed it and I'm moving on. Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Appreciate you. We've addressed it and we moving on. Thank you. JT, thanks for the compliments. Enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Good to see Fangs Up Podcast. Keith.
What's up, Keith?
Stop, Keith. Stop it. See. Great interview with Coach Colsey last week. If you didn't get a chance to hear Fangs Up Podcast, go back and check it out. Good job with Cole. And that's what I love. When we do all these conversations, somebody always pulls out some info I didn't even know. And Keith had kind of pulled out some info that I didn't even know or recognize. As Keith likes to say, he shares news, doesn't break it. So that's good stuff. Let me see who else we didn't get to yet. Let's see.
Pen.
No, EA. I'm not. EA is already in the. I'm not gonna put that up. See, that's a good thing. I got control of what I choose to put up and not. EA, you wild. Appreciate you, Keith. Exactly. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much. Little baby, what's up? Good to see you, little baby. Shako.
What's up, grown little baby?
Gail, good to see you, Gail.
What's up? What's up, Gail? Cleveland.
The GT3. Thank you, Gerald, for recognizing. Appreciate you. Jared Brown, thank you for coming in. See, oh boy.
Yeah, you trying to be like Gerald with that little stud.
I know. I'm trying to get like Gerald. Look, good to see you. Oh, Melly Mel, producer Mel, checking in.
That's my producer, y'all. What's up, Mel?
James Austin with some breaking news. What, James? What? You just hired who? Okay, you trying. You James Austin trying.
All right, I could get with that.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you for recognizing. That SBI magic. Boy, that's right. That's SBI magic. Thank you. All right. I see where the rest of these chats are going. This is ridiculous.
Hey, let me just say this right quick.
Yeah.
Edwin Moore got to be a billionaire. Because he's on everybody's podcast all day, every day. So he ain't doing no work. None.
Yeah, some of y'all.
We appreciate you though. We do appreciate you though.
Oh man, you peeped the coordination, huh, Keith? You peeped the coordination. That was an accident, but great minds think alike. That's all I'm gonna say. Good to see you. All right, checking in from the area, checking in from the Carolinas. Good to see you. Kenya checking in. Good.
What's up, Kenya Sykes?
Hey, Kenya said, I'm still getting work done. Finding a way to get work done. All right, let's see. Watch JDTV coming in. Boy, y'all are funny, man. Y'all are really funny. Boy, I tell you what, there's a ton of y'all. All right, Adrian Crook, good to see you. Okay. Man.
Well, you sure skipped over a lot of them.
I did. I purposely skipped over a lot of people. Edwin Moore. All right. Appreciate you, Edwin. Thank you. Okay. No, I'm not turning the hat backwards. Stop it. Y'all are too much. Hey, okay. Just want to remind everybody, coming up August 10th, the Rattler Boosters 2024 kickoff luncheon and fundraiser is coming up. And we want to drive traffic. We want to drive you there. If you haven't already thought about getting your company to sponsor a table, this would be a great way. It's a tax write-off even for your company. So $500 VIP table, $450 general table, comes with 8 seats at the table. There's the information there if you're interested. Of course, you can do individual tickets for $60. But as I have been saying, what we are doing for our show, if you are a member of our JBN channel, you are automatically going to be registered to win a seat at the ONG table for this event. That's right. We are giving away seats. We've got about, myself, Kelvin, Dr. Lori's going to be in the building, and we got about maybe 3 to 5 seats. We're still trying to work on a couple other VIPs that might be sitting with us. But we're going to have about 3 to 5 open seats. So if you are a member of the JBN channel, next Wednesday, we're going to do the drawing and kind of announce who has an opportunity to sit with us. So we have 3 different levels in which you can become a member. You're supporting the Black College Sports Network, which in hand is supporting our show. So come join us, join the channel, join the movement, and help be a part of what we're doing. And we look forward to being at the kickoff luncheon. And you never know, might get a few VIPs if we do a live show. I was working the other day, guys. So, I'm trying to get some VIP folk to come, some people who we don't regularly get on the show. So it's in the works. You never know. No promises were made, but some work. I'm working just to let y'all know. All right. Well, let's talk about the, let's see, what do we got here? Wally Williams.
What's up, Wally Williams?
Good to see you, Wally. Thanks for checking in. Okay. All right. Good check-in, Marcus. We'll good info. Okay. Well, as you guys, obviously the breaking news on Friday. I love to say Fridays. Whenever you see some news coming out on Friday, that's for two reasons. One, because we're trying to dump some news out there and then not have to talk about it in the middle of the week, and or you're trying to slide some info out. And it was a busy weekend this past weekend in HBCU athletics. You had not only the major announcement here that Dr. Robinson was going to plan to finally step down. I think you had another major college, HBCU college president at Morehouse say he was going to be retiring. You had some other sad and tragic news. But Dr. Robinson making the decision that he's going to step down as president, after 7 years or so. He held the position. A lot of roads that we can go down this, guys. And I know, first segment's kind of short on time, and we can obviously pick it up some more. But wanted to kind of your initial thoughts. What does this mean? Where do your thoughts instantly go, Kelvin? And then I'll go over to you, Marcus.
What did a Gator mom say on the show? You knew they were coming. I mean, we knew this was coming. This is something that at some point this was going to happen anyway. But there were several events that probably led to this, and I think they have been kind of patient and waiting on the report. My understanding, the report is ready. There's a trustees meeting on Tuesday, I think, to talk about the presidential search via Zoom. So this is not to be celebrated, but it's also not to be discouraged. I see some folks operate in fear. I tend to be the opposite. I see this as an opportunity. Like any changes, it's an opportunity to perhaps go even to higher heights. And that's the way I look at it. So, we as a Rattler Nation, we just got to be aggressive as we always are, make sure that we hold everybody accountable, that that the process is.
Did we lose Kelvin?
Thing.
Okay.
All right. I'm back.
Oh, we got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So we got to have input in this process, and I'm optimistic at this point. There's no reason not to be, and this signals something. Of course, when you have change at the top, that kind of changes things just below that top level at the executive level and beyond. So there's some things we got to work on. We got to improve. And so now's the opportunity to get that work done. And so I appreciate Dr. Robinson for all he's done and the positives that have happened under his watch. And I thank him for his 7+ years of service as the president and interim president. And I wish him the best in moving into his sabbatical and then his return back to the Environmental Sciences Institute. So it is what it is, fellas.
Yeah. Marcus, thoughts?
Well, yeah, like Kelvin said, we kind of knew this was coming, especially after everything that happened at graduation. I mean, there was just a series of events where we would hit the high, in terms of the academic profile, and then something else would happen that would be as high or even higher profile that would negatively reflect on it. So it was a matter of time. Well, it'll be a time of transition. It does seem like it's as tumultuous as what we saw like going back 15, 20 years ago. I don't know if it has that same feeling. You still, at least for me, I can only speak for myself. I mean, you see the positives and you see the things that we wanted things to improve. So now there's an opportunity that hopefully will maintain the gains that we had under Dr. Robinson and make improvements where he had areas that he didn't necessarily have as good a record in terms of, and I know Kelvin's pointed out in the past, there are a lot of turnover at administrative positions for whatever reason. Some things going on in athletics. It seemed like, I know Kelvin and Kofi were really strong, actually all three of you, in terms of things didn't get done or addressed unless it was an embarrassment or brought to the attention. So some of those things could have been done a lot better, but I do hope that the trajectory that we have on the academic side continues to improve or continues to go up, but that we can shore up those other areas of development that we have and just be overall better on the other end of it. And we do need to make sure that we have a strong voice in it and make sure that any forces that would attempt to undermine FAMU's true mission and the gains that we've had, that does not happen.
Amen, brother.
Just to, obviously, those of you, if you didn't read his letter from on July 12th, just he did, of course, say that he will take a sabbatical and then return to his role as a distinguished service professor in the School of the Environment. He looks forward to continuing to contribute to our students' lives and shaping their ability to address the complex problems confronting our world. I would ask you guys this, and real talk. I mean, we can speculate, but what do you think? If you had to rank 1, 2, 3, what are the 3 things that you think caused or forced? And maybe I'm not using the right word when I say forced, but I believe that he, if not forced, was strongly encouraged. And that's just my opinion and a widely believed opinion of many. So what do you think were the 3 things, if you had to rank or call out 3 things that forced him to step down as president? And I'm not going to get into who forced him, but let's just say whatever. There was a belief and a reason that he chose to step down. What do you think those 3 things were? We could go, for me personally, I could go Jerami Gate. EA laughs at just 3 things. Well, I'm saying the most important 3 things, or obviously if you think it's more than 3 things, okay, go ahead, run it back, EA, list them in order. But I'm gonna say maybe Jerami Gate, maybe I have an athletic bias, and when I say the compliance scandal that affected the program back in what was that? The start of the
22 season.
The 22 season. I don't know what the 3rd might be, but I know there's plenty of good opinions out there. What do you think, Kelvin? What would your 3 be?
Definitely 237 is number 1 for sure. The number 2 for sure is athletics, and it ain't what you pointed at. At least it ain't what you pointed out in the isolation. It's a collection of things over the last year and a half that's been happening. And then 3, I mean, he's been in that position 7 years, and there's been a lot of things happening up and down, positive and not as positive, under his watch. So those board of trust governors who pointed to those exam scores, that probably is included in that calculus too. When you typically when you report to a board and there's a board over that board, and both boards are kind of on your butt, it's pretty much time to go before they get you. So that's what I see.
Care to input there, Marcus?
And pretty much hit it on the head, both of y'all. And I know Kelvin's pointed out multiple times in episodes past about the turnover in his cabinet. I guess I'll call it a cabinet or administration. And even a few years ago, I've forgotten the exact incident, but where someone fell on the sword for, I mean, authorizing some money, I think for athletics. And, it was something that we would assume that Dr. Robinson would have known about or should have made approval of or would have given approval of just based on the line of reporting. So I think there's a lot of things, little things that added up, and they just kept a little notebook, like, hey, this. So it was probably accumulation of a lot of different things, a lot of positives, but probably enough negatives to say, hey, I think your tenure's done, and may have gotten encouraged, like you can either do it this way or we could do it that way.
So, it's funny you mentioned that ledger, Marcus. I mean, what I just brought up the asking about the three bad, but were the goods not enough, or were the goods, when we talk about the goods, I think we can probably say being ranked, the ranking of the number one public HBCU. I'm sure there were other
we've had we had a rank of about 20-some years now, man. I think North Carolina A&T might have took it once or twice, but we've always been the number one public HBCU in terms of those kind of rankings. So, he maintained it. Now, the focus on the R1 and top 100, I would say that's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
I would also say the research and funding it was definitely a plus. I would say that his demeanor in general, was a plus in terms of how he moved and operated. He was kind of low key, so to speak. But I would tell you, I'm gonna just be honest. I am gonna say this. There's a lot of things that probably will come out that's gonna surprise some people, but it won't surprise me.
That's a great you in true Kelvin fashion, a great teaser there that we just talk about.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
also I think, I mean, to a certain degree, and you don't want to get all conspiracy theory, especially after this past weekend, but I'm sure there may be some agendas that are being unspoken that might have greased the skids a little bit, and unfortunately, Jeremy Gate greased the skids to make it that much easier.
Yeah.
Hey, let me make one more point.
Sure.
Generally, great leaders have a great team. What Marcus is referring to is a leadership team, right? Usually, you got great people around you, and they, in their particular roles, are recognized in their profession as that, right? And they have all these different wins, all this great stuff. There was a whole bunch of $100 million going to HBCUs in terms of corporate money, where folks were getting 20, 30, 40, 50 million a pop. And here we are, the number one public HBCU, and we weren't on any of those lists. Somebody should have been knowing somebody and had some kind of relationship where we at least should have got at least one $30-40 million donation. The number one public HBCU. So it was things like that for me, right? Enrollment going from 12,000 to 9,000, under 9,000 a little bit. And some folks say that was right sizing, and of course, I don't buy that because the university, the state funds us based on enrollment and then not fighting. He wasn't a fighter, right? There's just some things preeminent, and there's some things you just had to fight for, man. And I would have loved to see a lot more fight, and I would like to see a stronger team of folks who had wins around him, and I just don't think his team around him was strong enough.
Well, I know we've talked about, Kelvin and I, we've talked about trying to put together a show where we spend a little more time delving into the political landscape involving this decision. And I think we'll probably wait to do that. Obviously, we won't do it on our normal Wednesday when we do our normal Wednesday social. It might be a special edition. And we're going to try to bring in some people who are a little more versed in the political scene in the state of Florida, also maybe even the educational, because obviously a lot of politics that go into this. Let's not fool ourselves, folks. There's a lot of politics that go into this. And so we want to talk to some people that have that pay attention the same way we pay attention to recruiting and sports. And we want to find some people who really, really pay attention to what's happening in the state of Florida and the environment. I mean, we talked about this in our chats. 5 of the top 5 largest public universities in the state all have new presidents in the past 4 years. Is that a coincidence? Probably not. I mean, I don't believe in coincidences, but so and then there's another that's happening as well. So, it's a lot happening in the state of Florida from educational, political thing. So we're going to try to put together a show here in the upcoming week. Again, Kelvin said a Board of Trustees meeting has been called. It'll be Tuesday. We'll see what comes out of that, and then we'll have the show. So that way it gives us a chance to kind of process the exact news. I mean, there's a lot of speculation about what might come out of that meeting. So we don't want to jump the gun and have a show until that happens. So like I said, a lot of positives. There's some negatives. Again, I think we can say, Dr. Robinson has done a good job. I'm sure a lot of people want more, but I think with, when you look at the positives of what he's done, first class man and individual, and we'll leave it at that. And I think his legacy will, is intact. I don't think anything has really, in my opinion, anything has befallen his presidency that FAMU can't recover from quickly. Put it like that. In my 2 cents. I don't know. Okay. Coming up after the break, we're going to get into talking about the SWAC Football Media Day that happened, some other news and notes. In hour 2, we're going to open up and we're going to give you guys a chance. We're going to do a segment called Wide Open Wednesdays, give you guys a chance if you want to dial into the show via the link here. It's a video link, but obviously you don't have to jump in and do video. You could just do audio with your video off. If you're on your cell phone or if you're watching at home and you want to join in and join the show, we want to hear from you. So I don't know. What I'll do is I'll put it in the chat. Let me see. Which chat should I put it in? Should I put it in all of them or just one of them? Let me see what I want to do. The JBN. If you come to the JBN chat, I'll put it in there. I don't know what to do. I'll think about it. You guys give me a suggestion offline. Post in our private chat. Give me an idea. Give me an idea on how I open this line up.
Hey, Bryan, you put your earring back in, you think better.
All right. With that said, let's take our first break of the night. Kelvin's being messy. He's being messy. Let's take our first break. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with more of the O&G Strike Zone right here on the Black College Sports Network. What was that, Marcus? What? Stop it. All right. We'll be back in just a moment.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com. All right, welcome back to the O&G Strike Zone. Bryan, Kelvin, Marcus here. I just got a text from Mike Road Dog Reed. So, did you guys know Janet Jackson is making her tour through the state of Florida? I know she's in Tampa tomorrow, Thursday. I think she's in Orlando on Saturday. And Mike just sent me a text and said that he's got an associate of theirs that has 8 tickets together for Janet Jackson and Nelly here in Orlando, Saturday, section 111A, row 28. Apparently he can't attend. So he's taking offers. Obviously, if you've got reasonable offers, and he's even this person is willing to donate the proceeds from all sales to the show if they mention that you heard about this ticket deal on the O&G Strike Zone tonight. So if you're interested in Janet Jackson tickets, Janet Jackson and Nelly coming into Orlando this Saturday at the Kia Center, contact 813-240-3116. All reasonable offers are being considered. Again, 813-240-3116. I'll put that in the chat room. I think right now there's a National Alumni Association Executive Board meeting happening, and I'm sure they're giving out some intel and information regarding what's going on. So I don't know. Again, can one of you guys type this in the chat room again? This phone number, 813-240-3116. So that's Mike Road Dog Reed.
Enough said.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Can I get them fired up early, or should I wait?
Oh man, go ahead. Go ahead, Erin. The timing is good.
Being messy. All right. Let me pull up the story here first, if I can get it to pull up so I can read it. This came out just matter of fact, what day was SWAC Media Day? The 16th? Yeah, 16th. All right. This news came out that evening, Tuesday evening. Florida A&M's Vice President and Director of Athletics, Tiffany Dawn Sykes, was named Women Leaders in Sports Nike Division I FCS Executive of the Year for 23-24. Sykes is quoted as saying, "This award is truly a reflection of the hard work and dedication of our student athletes, coaches, and staff. I am inspired by their commitment to excellence both on and off the field. I am grateful for the opportunity to lead this championship program and for the opportunity to contribute to its success." So yeah. Take that one. Put that feather in the cap. Congrats. I had a chance. I saw AD Sykes today. Offered a congratulations to her. Of course, something like that is done on the backs of a great team, and from the athletes, the coaches, everybody that she truly is stepping into some big shoes. So there you go. All right.
Yeah, I say congratulations. I'm not sure, what exactly the parameters and who do the voting and whatever, but anytime FAMU is recognized or someone who's an employee of FAMU is recognized, it's to be celebrated. So congratulations. And TP Sykes was really in a good mood, very jovial, and personable the other day.
At SWAC Media Day, yeah. If I'll make sure to clip. If you didn't get a chance to hear the segment that she did with us when we had Kelvin and Kendall, and it was I know it got a lot of people talking, but I thought she showed a good personality there. It was refreshing. It was refreshing. I don't think a lot of people get a chance to see that side of her.
I think it was the earrings, man. I think your earring just set it off.
There you go.
Loosened her up.
There you go. Wow, you guys. EA, I'm gonna tell you what, EA, that was my song. The first time I went to go see Janet Jackson. I went to go see Janet Jackson back in the day. Woo, that Anytime, Any Place. That's a powerful song, boy. Powerful. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, I just saw Janet at Essence.
Yeah,
and I'm telling you, boy, she
still got it.
She's still doing it like she's 28, buddy.
Woo!
Yes, sir. It's worth the money.
Okay. I'm gonna have to make some phone calls. I have to see if make some phone calls. Find somebody who want to come to Orlando. Come to Orlando. Make some calls. All right. Anyway, stop it. Let me stop. I'm just feeding the beast. Y'all are messy. No, Keith, not yet. Not yet, Keith. Working on it. Anyway, stop it. Man, y'all ready to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay. SWAC Media Day. SWAC Media Day came out.
Hey, hold on. Stashay says she in Orlando.
I see that.
All right, I'm gonna stop being messy.
All right. There it is. SWAC Football Media Day happened, and FAMU predicted to finish second in the East. FAMU received, I believe it was 6 first-place votes. So we finished in points behind Alabama State, who had 11 first-place votes. I thought, and hold on, I'll give it all here. And obviously, then on the Western side, Alcorn State predicted first. They received 11 first-place votes as well. And then followed by Prairie View, Grambling, Southern. There you see it. Marcus, I'm going to start with you since you weren't there with us, and Kelvin and I have talked about it, but we'll come to our thoughts in a second. But what's your thoughts and impressions as you saw the predicted order of finish come out?
I didn't have issue with it because going into the season, just qualitatively, not looking at the numbers or anything like that, I figured it would be either Alabama State or Jackson State would be our biggest competition based on the past 2 seasons for this year. So, Jackson State could be on a bounce back, maybe not. They'll have a second-year head coach. But Alabama State, if they had like a little bit, they're almost like the 2000 Ravens or something. They had a good defense. And when I just did some of my preliminary work for this season coming up, looking at the NCAA stats, they were right there with us last year. And then are not too far behind in terms of total defense and some of the other statistics. So defensively, they were good. Offensively, they left some things to be desired. So if they got that addressed, then especially getting a quarterback in the portal who had a good freshman year, has been injured.
He had a good sophomore year too.
Good sophomore year?
Yeah.
But, been injured. But if he gets back to form, then in a preliminary reason, it would seem to put them in the forefront, especially with the losses that FAMU had. Now, if we, if some personnel, either on the coaching staff or even some of the portal players that remain, those points could very easily have gone to FAMU. But I don't have an issue with it in terms of where we fell, just based on all the circumstances that have happened in terms of our head coach leaving, defensive coordinator leaving, quarterback leaving. So you're looking at 3 primary positions for any particular program, all having turnover in a single season.
Yeah, you would question. I think if it were any program, right, you would question it. I questioned it last year when I look at Jackson State, right? Yep. I questioned the same thing. New quarterback, new coach, a bunch of transfers, and I told people, I said
almost the exact same scenario.
Exact same scenario. But
almost. Not quite the gutting of the complete staff. Right. But there's enough gutting that we have some bits and pieces. I'm not saying we're destitute. We're not going to be like, the Detroit Lions of a few years ago and they're winless or anything like that. But we have some things that we need to, some questions in the minds of folks outside of the program, such that they probably didn't want to put us in the number 1 spot, and understandably so.
Okay. One of the good points that a lot of people, Hollow even brings this up, and this is what a lot of people around SWAC media people were bringing up, that this is one of the few times that the defending champs weren't predicted first.
Jackson State wasn't predicted first last year. Were they? We were.
Yeah, you're right. But
so that's why I counter with that argument. And we were in our situation this year, even though it's not apples to apples, it's close enough where we have enough turnover at key positions.
But you could also say FAMU and Jackson State were like,
yeah, and for 21 and 22, yeah, we were battling for supremacy.
Right.
So, I don't think Alabama State quite had that same. They were close, but they weren't as like nipping at the heels as we were compared to Jackson, where there was our sole loss, and the first one was by a point, the second one was kind of.
Hey, let me just say this real quick, because I kind of gave my opinion, and all I'm gonna do is kind of regurgitate some of that. But I will say this: didn't Alabama State lose to Miles last year with all that talent on defense?
Yes, they did.
Didn't they lose? Yeah. Then all they had to do was beat who? Prairie View, Texas Southern at the end of the season. And then they lose that one too?
To do what? To be bowl eligible? To get into a bowl game? Or not a bowl game, but a playoff?
Well, actually, it would have threw Prairie View out of the playoff, actually. But yeah, they couldn't win down the stretch. My point being, the difference, one of many differences I point out, is that Alabama State, unlike Jackson State and FAMU have shown they beat the teams they're supposed to beat. They don't give away games.
Yeah.
And Alabama State just hasn't shown that over the last 3 years, and their quarterback play was horrible. Yes, they have on paper improved quarterback play, but
on paper,
just like we got holes, they got a lot of holes. They ain't got Bubba in the middle. They don't have the two DBs in the back. They lost an edge rusher. They lost both running backs. They lost Keyshawn Johnson, the wide receiver, out wide. So, you know, it don't bother me personally. It's preseason. And I get what most people probably are saying is, hey, Will ain't there. We don't know Cozy.
That's
really what it's about. And so, you know, it don't bother me in that sense. But I thought Jackson State would be the one that would because they got the schedule set up really nicely.
Yeah.
And you know, they got new coordinators, but at least they got their coach and their quarterback and two great running backs returning. They got a good wide receiver returning who's been there 3 years. So they have some pieces where, you know, that could make more sense. But you know, it's preseason. They voted how they voted. Now, I'm gonna tell you why I love it though. I love it because not that our team and coaches need any motivation, because Bryan, I was talking with the guys yesterday, and I'm looking at both of them. And I'm like, man, did y'all pick up some pounds, some muscles? And you know, they was like, yeah, I picked up S amount. Man, those guys, they look jacked. I mean, they were suited up, looked good. But I'm telling them, pecs was coming through, man. Them boys been putting in work. They've been putting in work, and you know, they've been really focused. And they were already talking about running it back. And this just give them more fodder, right? I saw even on the strip Coach Courtney at the 220 Club talking about it, man. Oh, we suck it. So I love it, man, personally, and I know Coach Cozy is using it to kind of get under the skin and see for the new guys. It's you know they coming into a championship program, and so here go the veterans tell them, hey man, you know, because they don't know y'all new, you got 30 new people coming in, you know, hey, they don't think we can run this back. So man, things like that tend to bring a team together even faster. So I love it, man. I could see where if we have a chance to punish some people, they may get punished. Especially somebody who plays us for homecoming.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point.
My quick point on the West. I mean, to me, I think the West is open. I'm a little surprised PV wasn't voted.
Alcorn people were surprised that. Trust me, Alcorn people were surprised that they were picked first. So definitely that might have been a surprise in what happened on the East.
Outside of Coach McDowell, if I'm looking at it right, everybody on here is either first or second year head coach in the West.
Yeah. One of the things that – go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I'm surprised that PV didn't get the benefit of the doubt, even though it was a bad showing in last year's SWAC championship game. So maybe that impacted people's, you know, giving them the nod for first.
Well, nobody on the other side was going to do no better.
Well, yeah, last year was a year of destiny.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised they didn't get the nod for the in the West for the top spot just because of the returning coach. I don't know what they have at quarterback because I think the guy they had graduated. I don't know if he was a freshman or he graduated.
No, they got a new quarterback coming in.
But everything else, I mean, you're going against first and second year coaches all up and down the division, and you're returning as the SWAC West representative. So I'm surprised.
What was the stat? One of the stats in terms of coaching that we talked about in the opening of our show. There's only one coach that in the conference pre-pandemic, and that's Connell Maynard of Alabama A&M. Every other coach in the program in the SWAC, that's 11 of the 12, are, you know, pre-pandemic. Half the league has coaches in their first full season at their institution. And then I think what was the other stat, Kelvin? 10 first-year head coaches in terms of taking over the role for the first time at their program. I mean, when you look at it, 10. So I mean, there's a lot of newness. I think was the buzzword and the word of the day that we kind of used a lot. There's so many new coaches in this league that really the program and quarterbacks. Let's keep it real. I mean, when you talk about the quarterback position, even that you don't have a lot of returners as we've had in the SWAC in previous years.
I mean, just looking up and down the list, like you're saying, Connell Maynard's the veteran, and everyone else, with the exception, I believe, of Eddie Robinson and Bubba McDowell and PV. So 9 out of the 12 are second-year coaches are younger.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why I say, and most of them are on the West. But, I mean, the East isn't that much better, but most of them are on the West. At least 5 out of the 6 are on the West. So, I mean, 5 out of the 9. So, that's why I say the West is wide open. And even on the East side, we have returning talent. But if Eddie Robinson at Alabama State were to take advantage of anything, it would be this opportunity with all the young coaches and the changeover and the fact that they've been pretty much second or third in the East the last couple of years, but have played game, and they've given us a tight game the last 2 years. The first year when they came to brag, I think they had a freshman quarterback and we beat them 28-0. But the last two at their place in 2022, and even last year where we had to pull it out with the Isaiah Major interception to seal it, it was a really tight game.
Mm-hmm. So again, that's the predicted order of finish in the SWAC. So let's do this before we come back and talk about the conference players of the year. Want to put that reminder out. You guys at that number again from Mike. Well, we'll put it in the chat room in the break. Also, we're going to do our first giveaway coming up. If you want, hold on, let me see. Do I have it here with me? Do I have it? Let's see. So people don't think I'm just talking and don't have it. There it is, right there. See that? Signatures, autographed, right there. Kendall Bowler, Kelvin Dean, and Coach James Colsey. We're going to give away one of these coming up here right on the other side. So get ready. If you want to,
Jackson,
all kinds of stuff. It's a wide open Wednesday. Giveaways. We got Janet Jackson tickets. Kelvin just put the number out there. We got Janet Jackson tickets. We got Join JBN if you want to sit with us at the booster kickoff luncheon. And then in just a second, we're going to give away one of the 2 Media Day copies that we got signed. We're going to do a little contest. Hopefully it works out the way I've got it planned. And then we'll talk a little bit more. Got some recruiting info to talk about as well. I know Marcus has got we got a few updates to give. Not a whole lot, but a few. So we'll talk about that as well. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and the like button if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. If you're watching us on X or Instagram Live and want to be a part of the contest, you can do that as well coming up. You're watching the ONG Strike Zone right here on the Black College Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and parenting education coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KeaversVoice.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
Greetings, I'm Kiana Watson.
Hi, I'm Zoriana Hughes.
Greetings, I'm Nia Morgan, and for all things FAMU Athletics, check out the Orange and Green StrikeZone
on Wednesdays at the Black College Sports Network.
Go Rattlers!
All right, shout out to our ladies softball team, ladies there. Appreciate you all. Always love the support from our softball team. Our ONG award-winning Women's Sport Team of the Year. Props to the softball team winning that Team of the Year award. So do that. All right. So I just put in the chat room how we're doing the giveaway. Let's see. Hold on. Got to make sure I share my screen here so that you all can see. There it is, right there. Type that in the chat room right now. Let's go. Get it hopping. Let's go. There you can see. We're going to draw here in just a moment. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes here. Hashtag SWAC Media Day. That's how you can win the first copy here. So that's all you got to do is type in the chat. Hashtag SWAC Media Day for an opportunity to win the signed copy. Kelvin Dean, Kendall Bowler, Coach James Cozy III. Taking an opportunity to sign. Yeah, good stuff here. Before we get into talking about the players, any other nuggets from SWAC Media Day, Kelvin, that kind of caught your attention that you want to share with people? Anything that you kind of learned or you got from it that you want to share?
I would say that the professionalism and the work that was put in. I thought that everybody there, very good people, and it was a lot of fun interacting, and we had folks to come over throughout the JBN setup, and come in and participate. And I want to say a special shout out to Josh and the FAMU team, as well as the JSU team, because the coaches stayed the whole time, the players, and they made it a point and made it an effort to go and visit all the people who were there. And so they were the only ones left by 3:00. And there were some, and there was some that we didn't see maybe about an hour, if that.
Yeah,
and I won't call no names.
I might, but anyway, just to let people know how the tea is made. Obviously the two primary television partners get a chance to talk to everybody. It's scheduled. So, but in between that, they also do a Zoom call with for those who couldn't be in attendance, they do a Zoom call. And then what there was one other thing where they were sort of scheduled to go to. I can't remember what it was, but
the SWAC Digital, right?
Yes, exactly. So you had the two television partners, ESPN, HBCU Go. Then you had SWAC Digital, and then you had Zoom calls. So in between the timing for those four primary things, all the coaches are really, and their SIDs are really trying to get them to the different media people. And it's hard because we may be talking to one coach, but at the same time, so-and-so's available. So if, it's just one of those things where, sure, we wanted to talk to everybody, but we didn't get a chance to. But again, props to FAMU and Jackson State. Travis Jerome of Jackson State, of course, Joshua Padilla, FAMU, for sticking around and making sure that they got to everybody. And so that was huge. And so, other coaches had to leave, whatever. We didn't catch them, but, we appreciate those that we got a chance to talk to, players, coaches. We appreciate them making time to talk to us. Okay, let's do the first drawing. All right, let's go ahead and see how this works. Let me go ahead and get this going and do this, and let's see what happens here. Let's see how this work plays out, fellas. I don't know. This is first time new, so we're trying something new today. All right, here we go. Ready? All right, here we go. We're drawing the names. Look at that. Everybody's names is coming down to somebody. Who's it going to be? Oh, don't go to us. Oh, my goodness. Oh, who did that? All right, hold on. That's not right.
All right.
All right, that's wrong. That's
not legitimate.
That's not legitimate. All right, here we go. I'm gonna draw it again. That way it's set up where the good thing is it eliminates that person from winning. So let's see who's gonna get
this drawing is random.
All right, there we go. B Starks. Congratulations, B Starks. B Starks, you are going to get the first copy here. This copy right here is going to B Starks. So B Starks, I got to make sure we get your contact. B, send us an email at ongstrikezone@gmail.com. ongstrikezone@gmail.com. So that way I can make sure to get in touch with you, get your address and information. So that way I can send that to you. Okay. And we're gonna do another one at the end of the show. So don't worry. I said I got 2 copies. So we're gonna give away the second copy coming up a little bit later. All right, that was pretty cool. And so, all right, and I know y'all looked at that first one. It's like, oh, that's Fugazi. What are these guys? I know Meredith. Like, I know that was bad. I couldn't have anticipated that going any worse on the first drawing, Meredith. I know. But we did get a winner, thankfully. Okay. The preseason awards. Let me see. Actually, I'll start there. Those were the offensive and defensive players of the year. Miles Crawley, quarterback, Grambling, threw for over 2,000 yards, 16 touchdowns, I think, for Grambling. Kelby Gibbons, a defensive end for Southern. Any surprises there with the offensive and defensive players of the year?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Let me say, I'm sure both of them are worthy candidates to be in the discussion. I could kind of see Crowley being in the discussion because of the numbers he had last year. But all those running backs are gone. A lot of those receivers are gone. So, and you got a new staff with a new system. So, who knows what that's going to look like. But, okay. Givens, I mean, two programs that didn't do a lot of winning. And with new and with coaches who are new. So
new coaches, yeah.
So I'm gonna just say it. I'd be shocked if either one of them win the postseason award.
Yeah, it would be. It would be kind of shocking. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Always now, just to again to let people know how the tea is made when they come to these postseason awards. Usually, what happens is if you were on first or second team from the postseason of last year, you're usually on the list. If you were first team last year, you'll probably be preseason first team. If you were second team last year and you can move into first team, you usually move into first. If you were second team and somebody already has that spot, then you usually jump into second team. If you're a newcomer, and somehow you had pretty good numbers, you usually end up in second team. So that's usually how it's done. So obviously, when you look at for FAMU, you only see one offensive player in the preseason award, Ashton Grable. We could scoff at it and say there should be probably a couple more offensive linemen from FAMU in it, and I'll get to a tweet from Coach Henry in a moment. You could possibly look at the running back situation and say, why isn't Kelvin Dean on first team? We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so there's the first team offense, first team defense. You see Kendall Bowler. Of course, he was a first teamer last year. Deco Wilson. Deco was second team last year, if I'm not mistaken. And so obviously with the departure of people like Eric Smith, that opens up a spot in the defensive back category. Deco jumps in there as a first team preseason. And then when you get to special teams, Jamari Gassett joins in there now. What Jamari wasn't first or second last year, was he?
No, because Marcus Riley was doing most of the returning.
Yeah, so Jamari makes it as a special teams returner. And I think probably a lot of that is he had some credentials before he got to FAMU, if I'm not mistaken, from Buffalo. Was it Buffalo? Is you transferred?
I think University of Buffalo, yes.
University of Buffalo, right. So that's your first team. Second team, okay, here's where you get a couple of rattlers on the offensive side of the ball. You get Kelvin Dean, the SWAC, the Celebration Bowl offensive MVP. Jamari makes it as a wide receiver on second team.
Bryan, hold it right there. I do have a comment here.
Sure.
I'm looking at the second team, right? Man, it's a lot of people did a lot of losing on this team. I'm looking at the offensive line. I'm thinking about TJ Lee. I know we had a couple of guys who were injured and like Goss, but he was first team the year before. I'm looking at Southern offensive line was probably the weakest they've had.
From what I heard, somebody say you had to have played in a certain number of snaps to make this list.
It looked like folks played, but I don't know how well they played. Let's put it that way. Outside of those, now this is first thing. Okay, I'll let you get away with that. But this second team, outside of the QB maybe, and of course the Rattlers, man. I'm just looking at the names and the teams they represent. I'm like, what? Don't get it.
Yeah. There was.
I would have thought Jackson State would have had. I mean, think about who they got. Think about who they got. Think about who they got returning.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying. That was kind of shocking, right? I don't see anybody from. Let me go. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting to say the least. Second team defense. There's second team defense. You see Alan Smith, linebacker, makes second team defense. Texas Southern's defense gonna be that good, huh? Anyway,
they play defense on that side, on the west.
So. Maybe a lot of names there. surprising. But anyway,
yeah.
And then so Jamari makes special teams, first team, second team, and second team offense. That's interesting.
I would check that graphic. I don't know if they made a correction later, but
yeah, maybe they made a correction later. This was all. I just pulled this off the Twitter feeds, off of the SWAC's Twitter feed. So if it's wrong, that's not on me. That's on them. So I'm sure I can go. If you pull up the SWAC website, I don't know what the SWAC website is.
No, you're right. That's what they had.
Okay, all right.
He's gonna be tired.
I'm just saying. So there you go. They're the 8 players. Now, I noticed you didn't see. Now, somehow, I don't know. I didn't see Cameron Gillis in that first graphic, but
yeah, he was the kicker.
He was in the first graphic. Okay, I must have looked.
No, you didn't show the special teams. I don't think you showed that one.
No, I did show it. It just he wasn't on there. That was a graphical error. So I pulled that off the SWAC website. So the SWAC must have messed that up, I guess, somehow in the graphics department. But anyway, you can see the first team guys on the top row: Kendall Bowler, Deco Wilson, Ashton Grable, Cameron Gillis. Then you can see
how's Wilhort. How's Trey Wilhort not first or second team? The punter. I mean, we were number 1 both in kicking and punting last year, so
he wasn't first or second team last year.
Make it make sense.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just saying. Here's what I'm not. I don't know if this happened or not, but it sure looks like to me. We got a lot of new coaches. Some ADs have moved around. And it looked like the West said, "The hell with Jackson State and FAMU." That would have looked like to me.
Yeah. Irv Mulligan, another player. They didn't make first or second team. I mean, really, that's and this is what and I'm sure there's going to be other publications that are going to do national preseason all SWAC honors, whether it be Phil Steele, Hero Sports, hell, Blue Blood, Zach will do something, I'm sure. Box to Roll will do preseason. All those are the ones that I can think of off the top of my head that will do some kind of preseason honors. So those will be different. Those will definitely be different than the SWAC. So you'll see some other FAMU guys will probably get some love and some attention that they didn't get here, And of course, Coach Henry, Coach Cozy, I heard him during the press conference. He mentioned this as well. Coach Henry pointing out to the SWAC that you were missing that NA spot. Somehow you only had 9 offensive linemen in 10 conference spots. And so that's Coach. Why not fill that team out with TJ Lee or Jalen Goss? Why not, right? I mean, Goss is an All-American, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay. I'm just
FCS All-American.
Hey, look. All right. But anyway, yes, as Marvin said, the postseason awards matter more than the preseason awards. All the preseason awards is for talking. That's all it is for talking. Talking season. Remember that, folks. This is talking season. Connell Maynard was mad, huh? Hey, look, there's a lot of people that could be mad. It is what it is. Marcus, anything you want to add in there that
for the preseason selection?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I mean, we represent it well, and hopefully we'll do that and more at the end of the season.
Yeah. Again, as I mentioned, SWAC Media Day, SWAC Media Guy. Again, props to Josh Padilla and his team. I mean, it's a beautiful magazine. So again, I got one more signed copy to give away. We might even do another contest, Kelvin, now I got an unsigned copy. So maybe we do an unsigned contest. We'll do both of those here coming up shortly. So
now I thought we were going all digital for some reason.
Oh, they'll still do digital. Some people like Jackson State, I was talking to their SID, Travis Jerome. He went all digital. He wasn't going to print this out. We must have a good deal with a printer, and just decided to print it. But I mean, it's
just to make it stand out, put a little more oomph in it.
I mean, look, you can tell there's some well put together and thought out graphics in this thing. I mean, some good. I mean, this is top notch. This is first class, and obviously it will get updated. I mean, because you got names in there, but I mean, it's got a great intel for people. A lot of people who don't know about the program. You get a chance to read through some things. I mean, it's a well put together. There's some other programs. Oh, hey, we had some former FAMU SIDs and people in there. From Bryan Howard, who's now at Alabama A&M, Curtis Ford, who's at Grambling. How many any other FAMU folks, that former FAMU employees that we saw bumping around there, Kelvin?
I think those are the main two.
Yeah, they're doing good jobs at their universities. Props to them. Again, so today was the press conference. Again, MEAC SWAC Challenge kickoff presser, moderated by none other than Jay Skywalker, Coach Colsey, and Coach Dawson Odoms. 7:30 p.m. ABC. That's a big deal, fellas. That's a big deal. Game will be on ABC. As Coach Odoms pointed out, one of 3 HBCU games that will be on the main network of ESPN and or ABC. The other one being the Orange Blossom Classic. Shout out to Executive Director Kendra Bullock Majors.
Yes.
And Alabama State will be in that game along with North Carolina Central. And then, of course, the Celebration Bowl. So, hey, look. It is what it is, right?
Right.
Took a few pictures of Georgia State Center Pack Stadium. Now, the photo that you see is that's the FAMU side right there. That is the FAMU side. And if you look at the far end zone, that is where the 100 will be. Basically, follow the numbers all the way towards the end zone, and that is where the marching 100 will be. So those seats there will be available. And, of course, here's the other side of the stadium. Again, that side is listed as the Norfolk State side, but you Rattlers are going to buy up tickets wherever, and
the good seats,
right? And I will say, if you're worried about, again, this is a 7:30 kickoff. There won't be a lot of sun. If you got to deal with sun, it'd only be for maybe half the first quarter. Because yes, that side is the side that that's the east side of the stadium. So as the sun sets, the sun will be over there, and this is the side where this will be the most shaded side by kickoff. But again, by 8 o'clock, the sun would have dipped well below the upper deck, and so that won't be an issue. But go ahead and purchase your tickets.
Where's the press box? Is it on?
Okay, the press box is in that. You see the corner where the awning is, where that the tarp is on the lower level.
Okay, where the little logo, the J.
The J, yeah, that's the old home plate. Home plate is there. So the press box is actually in that corner.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's where home plate used to be. Because remember, it's still the old baseball configuration that's been, the old Turner Field that's been converted into a football stadium. And I'm told that the tarp that you see in the upper deck will remain there. That area is tarped off, even during Georgia State games. But still, there'll be seating for about 20. I think it's capacity 21,000. I think
it's a little more than that with it tarped off.
More or less?
More. I think it's more like 24 or 26 or somewhere around there.
Okay. Maybe so. All right. Let's see. What other any other news and notes? Because I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Give people an opportunity if you want to dial into the show. I'm gonna put that in there. Any other news and notes that we want to get to before we open it up for the people?
Let's do our recruiting stuff. Let Marcus do his thing. We never did get the Olympic sports, and then we got a couple of football.
Marcus, you got things ready, or do we want to take a break and then you come back with some of that?
Oh, got the spreadsheet up. I mean the PowerPoint up now.
All right.
Who the last thing that we did, but yeah, I'm set.
All right. Well, let's do this. Let's take a short break. Come back, finish off with some recruiting news, some updates and recruiting, and then we're gonna open it up wide open Wednesday. I'm gonna put the link there if you want to join the show. Give you a few minutes, not a long time, just a short time to jump in and share some thoughts on whether it be Dr. Robinson's resignation, what that means for athletics, university, or you can obviously get into talking about the news of the day regarding the SWAC Media Day, or maybe just some general thoughts about the upcoming season. So we're going to open it up there as well. So hang in there. Coming up on the other side, you're watching the O&G Strike Zone right here on the Black College Sports Network. We will be back in just a moment.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
As technology continues to bring changes to the world of education, it's time we also reimagine teacher professional development. Gone are the days of one-size-fits-all learning that can only be accessed at a specific time and place. The Stride PD Center is an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that allow educators to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. The best professional development plans are those that include a level of flexibility and choice for educators. Whether you're a teacher, school, or district, visit us today to take charge of your learning.
Hi, my name is Michael Bastardo. I'm with FAMU. And make sure you guys check out all things FAMU Athletics with ONG StrikeZone. Strike again.
All right. Shout out to Jan Michael Bastardo. Appreciate you. Also, shout out to Ty Jackson, Caleb Granger, True Fontenot, who participated in the HBCU Swingman Classic this past Friday. I think 3 of the guys were on one team. I think True, Ty, and Jan Michael were all on the same team, which I think that team won. That team ended up winning the game. So there you go. All right, let's go to some recruiting news. Marcus Green with some updates in the world of recruiting, and then coming up, we're going to open the lines up. I put the link there in the chat, and then we'll go to that. So what do you got, Marcus?
Well, hopefully I'm sharing. Okay, yeah. Well, this just came through this week. Now, this young man was offered. I'm happy to see this in a tweet. I can't get confirmation whether he's accepted the offer, nor can I verify the information, because there were 2 Alessandro, I'm not sure I pronounce his last name, Villegas, that popped up. So there's one, they're both from Florida. The one's from Wiregrass Ranch, who graduated 2 years ago, and this young man who also graduated 2 years ago. I don't know if it's the same person and he switched schools or what, but he was offered. He's an infielder, offered really this week. I guess the coaching staff was somewhere in the area and presented an offer to him. So that's from baseball. We did lose one recruit. I think we talked about it last week. We got a decommit from baseball. Unfortunately, he's a legacy FAMUan, Mr. Fortson. So hopefully things will change, but he may have gotten.
Is he going to a new school, or what's the story? Do we know? Or he just...
I haven't researched it yet, but he decommitted probably, I think, in June.
Okay.
Don't know. I haven't heard anything, but I will say he's a 6'4" kid, power hitter.
Mm-hmm.
He looks the part. So, and he's in the travel league and tearing it up. So, I can see where somebody done probably
got some Power 5 offers, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's my suspicion.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right.
Let me see. Some of this is old stuff. Women's basketball. So Miss Gee, we talked about her. I think we talked basketball. We talked last week. Miss Purifoy.
Mm-hmm.
Zakia Carter last week, and did get confirmation. Got a tip from one of our pit posters around Demaya Griffin. She did sign. That's a picture of her signing day back in May 17th. So she did actually sign, because I only had her as verbally committed. We were wondering whether she signed or not. And I've been checking the rosters. I haven't seen any other updates for any other names that we're unaware of, either for men's or women's basketball. Let me check. I haven't seen a whole lot from the other sports. I think we've covered all the basketball ones.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything since we talked about Shakir joining the team. So nothing new since then.
No, and not a whole lot of news, but I think we talked about before. We got one golf signing, Skylar Woods. We have talked about him a while ago, but since golf kind of doesn't get talked about until the season starts, wanted to make sure to give them a little highlight as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all from, let me go back and double check, but I think that's all we have from the Olympic sports. Anything new? I haven't seen anything come through yet, so it's been kind of quiet in terms of commits. We did talk about Brishana Brown, and I haven't seen anything else on volleyball in terms of I know Coach mentioned there may be a couple of other players, but I haven't seen anything come through. And I was trying to search through and figure out, trying to sleuth my way into figuring out who he was talking about, trying to get, because he mentioned when he was on the show, I think one of the weeks I wasn't there, but he mentioned that there was a person he was trying to get, and that person's coach had just resigned that week. So I was trying to use that as a clue, but I haven't seen anybody, and I've been checking collegevolleyballtransfers.com and all that other stuff to see if a name pops up, but nothing really solid to put our hat on. So I think we're good. Haven't heard. I want to reach out to Coach P. I didn't get a picture of Lexi Spooter, but she's the second of the two Chipola athletes that are signed. But she mentioned there was one more young lady that was competing for a state title last time she was on, and she was hoping to get her. I don't know. We can maybe reach out to her and see how things.
You played at Eustis. She was playing for Eustis High School.
She had already signed. She signed in January.
Oh, she already, okay.
And they won the state title, by the way. But she was talking about another young lady, and I don't know what came out of that. So I don't know if she was successful in attracting that young lady to come for the softball program. So we'll have to reach out and see if, on back channel, see if Coach P will let us in on some info on that. Let me see. Over to football. I think the last one we talked about, maybe the last two, Braylon Oliver, he committed day before, 4th of July. I'm not sure. Let me make sure I share again. So I think the latest two football commits are Braylon Oliver. We have spoken about him, a transfer from Syracuse. So that was the week of 4th of July. And then after that, Darren Goldie Lawrence, wide receiver, went to FSU, transferred from there, and went to UCF for a semester. In the spring semester. And then decided, for whatever reason, that wasn't for him, jumped back in the portal. And this past Friday, got a verbal commit from him to come to FAM. And he was rated, depending on which recruiting service you look at, he was the 4-star from ESPN or a 3-star from 24/7 Sports as a wide receiver out of Sanford Seminole High School. And we know they're typically a state contending program at one of the highest classifications in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we are now. But I was listening to Fangs Up podcast, and Coach Colsey mentioned, and when Keith asked him a question, that in terms of the losses, they try to find equivalent talent, skill, and ability for all the players that they lost. They apparently he and the staff listed everybody on a big board and tried to find suitable players that match the talent, skill, and ability, but also that would be a good fit for the program. And I think he did specifically mention they had not as of yet found anyone as an equivalent replacement for Anthony Dunn, but he mentioned that there may be a couple of players and they may be announced sometime pretty soon. So waiting to hear that, and I'm trying to sleuth on that too. But we haven't seen anything yet. There's probably somebody that knows something, but I'm not that somebody.
Yeah, I think Coach has been very consistent, and he even mentioned it when he talked with us, that let's take an example, Geno Hunt. When they looked at guys who were leaving, they talked about what are the characteristics of Geno Hunt? What makes him a good fit for us? Because that's what they wanted to go find in, quote unquote, his replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to replace Geno Hunt. We know that. But if you're going to you want to find somebody that has maybe similar characteristics, drive, attitude, those kind of things, I'm presuming. And Coach seemed to, I love the strategy. I love the idea of doing that. And I think it sounds like for most of the people that they needed to replace, that they were able to do that. And so we'll get to know those names as the season goes. You have any more on this graphic, or can I take this off, Marcus?
No, I think I'm good there.
Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much how that went. And then I also know Coach talked about 110 is when they go to camp. Next week? Next week is actually camp. Camp starts next week. You're looking at, they're talking about having 110 guys at camp. So those numbers are going to be huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I'll be interested to see, because I think on one of the interviews today, I mean, it was yesterday, he mentioned they have 89 on campus. So we're looking at a whole nother 25 more players coming on, 22 more players coming.
Yeah.
That should be interesting.
I think some of the numbers, though, he was talking about was the preferred walk-ons.
Oh, yeah. Total everything. Total everything.
Yeah. So I think he's more looking at that population to fill out that 110, not that he's recruiting another. 30.
Yes, there's numbers probably names that we've already accounted for, is just in terms of them actually showing up.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of, I'm just gonna tell you, JT. I see your question, and the second word of your question, just flip that word, and that's your answer. If you know, you know. So yeah, the roster of what we see in the running back room and the wide receiver room and places like that is what it is, and it's gonna be what it is, and we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. Don't doubt it. All right, let's you guys ready to go to some callers? We got a few people that have already checked in. Again, I put the link in the chat, so if you want to come join the show, Wide Open Wednesday, we want to hear your thoughts, give you a few minutes on open air to talk to us. Let us know your thoughts. I'm gonna go to Mr. Ford. Looks like Mr. Ford's first one in. Mr. Ford.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Loud and clear.
Listen, first and foremost, I want to extend condolences to the family of Jacoby Jones. You know, I'm here in Atlanta. We saw him play numerous times against SIAC schools here in Atlanta and throughout Georgia. He was awesome. And I just want to extend our condolences to the family of Jacoby Jones. I'm very short tonight. I just wanted to say this. Number one, I think it's imperative that FAMU gets back into the Orange Blossom Classic. To me, if FAM's not going to be in it, then they shouldn't call it the Orange Blossom Classic. That's number one. Number two, I grew up, my hometown was 50 miles from FAMU's campus. We grew up going to Jacksonville to see FAM in the Bowl City Classic. And I would I would hope and pray that FAMU would, in the near future, go back to playing in Jacksonville. Listen, y'all have a good night. You do a great job. I watched y'all all day yesterday. I watched y'all. I thought y'all did a great job. And listen, y'all have a good night, okay?
All
Thank you, Mr. Ford. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Sound like Mr. Ford from Madison.
Now, I'm going to say one thing about that, about the Orange Blossom Classic.
Yeah.
I think Miss Major has done a wonderful job with it, and turned it and parlayed and leveraged a lot of things, good things with it. But I will say this. I don't know how or why, but there's no reason that the trademark and ownership of the Orange Blossom Classic should not be a FAMU property.
FAMU gave it up.
Yeah, well,
they didn't.
You're making my point, Brian. There's no reason that the Orange Blossom Classic and its trademarks and any should not be a FAMU property.
Hey, a smart businesswoman saw an opportunity, and
yes, and I'm not, throwing any casting any aspersions her way, but somewhere, somehow, in I don't know what decade or what, if it was oversight, whatever, but that the game, the trademarks, whatever, should be a FAMU property.
We probably need a trademark office on campus. A lot of universities who have the brand that we have things like that. So that's an idea for whoever next up as the president.
And look, I'm agree right here with Edwin Moore. A Rattler did reclaim it I mean, look, her money going to FAMU. So her son plays on the football team. I mean, she's family. She tried to help get FAMU get paid. She did everything she could do on her part.
Hey, and all I would say.
Go ahead, Kelvin. Go ahead, Kelvin.
No, I was just gonna say. All I would say is, next year coming.
There is an open spot now that South Carolina State game is open on our schedule. We don't play South Carolina State in 2025 week 1 next year.
Well, yeah, we haven't. We don't know if that's going to get rescheduled because
the game against South Carolina State is going to get rescheduled. It has.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't know if it's going to be.
We just don't know
to another year or another week for next year.
No, we won't play South Carolina State next year. I've already confirmed that we will not play South Carolina State next year. It's been rescheduled into a future year.
Oh, really? Okay.
It has.
Because that announcement when they play, they're playing University of South Carolina that same date. It wasn't explicit on whether it was just changing weekends or changing years.
Correct. Well, I've confirmed that it is going to be played in a future year.
Okay. So now we have 2, and next year's a 12-game season as well. So now we have 2 open spots. I think the only one we have scheduled now was Florida in mid-October. And South Alabama. I think is that week 1 or week 2? I can't remember. It's early. It's in September. So now we have 2 open spots. Okay. That clears that up because I wasn't sure if it was going to move to another weekend because they have some other open weekends since they only have 5 conference games, or if there was just going to be moved in 2025 on a different weekend or later.
Yeah. And so the question will then become what will happen to week 1. That will have to wait on the official announcement. I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, the way you're smiling look like you already know something.
I know nothing.
We'll ask the earring. I'm sure that earring had a little something to do with it to get that answer.
Let's go to our next caller. Look, I'm excited for this next one because he joins the show. A loyal listener, watcher. I think this might be the debut on the Black College Sports Network. It might be. It's none other than Chuck Hunt from Monroe, Louisiana.
What's up, Chuck?
What's up, Chuck?
Good evening to you all down there in Rattler Nation. I'm doing fine up here in the Northeast Louisiana area of Monroe, Louisiana. Doing fine. It's hot as all get out, as is in many places. Yeah, it's a great show, and also I'd send my condolences to the family after the passing of one year old, Mr. Eddie Jackson at the 220 Quarterback Club. I loved his humor. I love that great humor and all those great stories. He talked about Gaither, his time with Gaither and Dr. Frederick Humphreys. And that says a lot to talk about Coach Gaither and Dr. Humphreys and all in one at your meeting down there. But my reason for coming on, you were talking about the SWAC. I think it's gonna be a toss-up. I know now that Willie Simmons is gone. It's going to be interesting to see how it's going to look in the SWAC, with many coaching changes, people being promoted. And we're just going to see how it's going to look with the, transfer portal. And we're in this age of transfer portal and NIL, and see there's going to be a lot of changes in the conferences, which is happening in many conferences around the country. We just want to see how that's going to look. And Bryan, you asked a question about Grambling and Southern, how is it going to be with them? Mickey Joseph and Terrence Gray, they both seem like they both think alike. They both old school coaches who are they want to recruit the high school. They still want to recruit the high school. They say they're going to still get players in the portal. But they say they're not going to live in the portal, but they want to get the high school players so they can develop a team. I'm just gonna land there.
Mm-hmm. I hope they get the 3 years to do that. Southern just got rid of somebody in 2.
In 2, right? Yeah.
That's another story. That's another story.
Grambling 2, wasn't it 2 in Grambling 2? I mean, what? Grambling?
Yeah.
So look, 3 years. 3 years is a luxury. This day and age.
Yeah.
People not waiting. They not waiting. Patience is gone these days.
U3 is something. This atmosphere is something in the sports world. It has truly changed. It's quite strange. It seems like since the pandemic, you're just seeing a lot of things occurring that you've never seen.
Yeah, there is some money involved. I see my man Carlos Brown checking in. Good to see you.
Oh, Carlos. Yeah, Baton Rouge.
Yeah, exactly.
How's it going, Carlos?
Yeah. Hey, so let me ask this, Chuck. If you had to, when it comes down to Southern versus Grambling, obviously, who was it? I think Grambling was picked third, Southern was picked fourth. Do you see either one, or which team is most likely to challenge that prediction of Alcorn being first? What do you think? Who would you say?
You say which team is likely?
Yeah, between Southern and Grambling. Obviously, we play FAMU plays Southern, so we don't get Grambling this year. But between those two teams, do either of them have a shot in your estimation?
To tell you the truth, it's hard to say in this time. The kind of recruiting they're doing, and when the ball is kicked off, that's the tell-all right there.
Mm-hmm. Well said. Well, hey, Chuck, it's good to see you. It's good to have you on, man. Trust me, hey, we always appreciate it. I'm speaking for everybody on the Black College Sports Network, man. We love the fact that when you chime in, it's almost like it's not a show if we don't see Chuck Hunt checking in from Monroe, Louisiana. So, man, thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you for just being a supporter of the Black College Sports Network and all of our shows.
All right, and I'm gonna land on this one. I got a chance to meet. That was back in 2022, and the show is still in great hands. He's passed on. Kofi Hemingway. I got a chance to meet him back in 2022 when FAMU came to play Grambling. I sat with him at the ball game. It was so great being in his company, and he was very vocal. You know, the band wasn't there. I asked him, I said, "Where's the band?" They were performing for the Atlanta Falcons game, and he said, "What happened?" Kofi set in for the band. He when y'all spoke, when Jerry Moose took it on the quarterback keeper, he provided the music. I just loved his humor. He will be missed.
Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed. He was one of one, man. Definitely.
Oh yes,
definitely.
I'm gonna land on that one.
Hey, all right. Thank you, brother.
You
have
all
a good
take
night.
care. You have a great night. All right.
Yes,
You
sir.
too.
You too.
All right.
All right, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. Anybody else want to check in the chat? The link is in the chat. Let me see if I post it one more time. There it is. One more time. I'm gonna put the link there. If anybody wants to come jump in and join us, wide open Wednesday. Couple other housekeeping notes. I told you I'm gonna do that contest here coming up here shortly here. For the second signed magazine, but let me see a couple of housekeeping notes here. Last days are coming up. If you want to purchase a fan ring for not only the golf team, but you can also get your football fan ring. So if you want to purchase a fan ring of either, I think you have Friday. The deadline is Friday. So don't hesitate. Again, there's the football, and then there's the golf right there.
Yeah, I just put my order in right before we came on air.
Woo. Yeah, that's hot. That's nice.
I got to get that golf, man. That black ice looking good.
I like that. Little baby, you accidentally ordered both. All right. That's an expensive accident, but the athletic department, I'm sure, appreciates the donation. And you know, it's a keepsake indeed. Want to remind everybody the volleyball camp. If you have a middle schooler, the volleyball camp is coming up at the end of the month. It's a 2-day camp, July 26th and 27th. There's the information, Rattler Volleyball at FAMU.edu, or go to the website, Florida. That's a lot of A's. Florida and M volleyball camps.totalcamps.com. That's a lot, but there it is, all right there. If you got a middle schooler that loves volleyball and you want to get them into training and working with some campers, please make sure to support our volleyball program. Hey, and I'll tell you what, speaking of camps, have you been seeing, shout out to who is it? Is it Radical Rattler? Who's been posting those clips from the Marching 100 band camp?
Throw it up.
Throw it up. Oh my God. I mean, I just love putting it on and playing the sound is so nice. The Marching 100 band camp, man. I mean, good stuff, man. Can't wait to see if any of those songs make it into rotation into some fifth quarters or some halftime shows this year. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Of course, I think Friday is the deadline. If you are interested in applying to be the next PA announcer for the 2024 football season, if you want to be the next voice of Bragg, the window is closing Friday. You got to get your submissions in by Friday. What are you looking like that for, Kelvin? What? Yeah. All right. Also, FAMU Day for the Tampa Bay Rays is coming up. The deadline is Thursday, August 15th. And that is a game going to be played on Saturday the 17th. RaysBaseball.com/FAMU. I believe you get that cool hat, that Tampa Bay hat, orange with a green bill, Rattler head on the right side. So, yeah. And for those people in either Jacksonville or Tallahassee, there's a pair of buses that are running from Jacksonville through Tallahassee up to Montgomery, Alabama on October 4th and 5th. And then, obviously, game of the year, FAMU at Jackson State, October 19th. And you can see the buses traveling on the 18th through the 20th. And so there's contact information. Yvette Montgomery. Good stuff here. Deposits are due yesterday. But hey, I'm sure if you call, you can maybe still take part and get on the bus.
Hey, as the preacher say on Sunday, there is still room. Come ye, come all.
Yeah, there's still room at the on the bus. Get on the bus. Get on the bus. The band camp parade. When is the band camp parade?
Friday, probably.
Is that this week? Friday?
Friday or Saturday, probably.
Okay. Edwin asking, do they pay for it? I don't think it's that kind of no.
It's a donation.
Stop it. Stop it. Short answer, Edwin, no. Okay, so the band camp parade is tomorrow. So band camp parade tomorrow. What time, Marvin? Come on, Marvin. You got to give us all the details. Is it noon? It's going to be in the sun. It's going to be hot. 2 o'clock, 3, 5 o'clock. I'll watch it. I'll watch it online. Somebody will stream it live. Yeah.
Thursday at 2.
What's that? It's at 2. All right. There we go. Thursday, 2 o'clock. Marching 100 band camp parade. That's always a good thing. So make sure. Yeah. There we go. Appreciate you. What else? What else am I missing, guys? Again, want to remind you all to kick off. Go join the JBN channel to have a chance to sit at our table. Don't miss your chance. Join Jericho Broadcast Network's YouTube page. Tomorrow we'll do the drawing. Next week, excuse me. Next Wednesday we'll do the drawing for the names. So we're going to finalize who's going to get a chance to sit at the table with us. Looking forward to it. And again, want to encourage everybody, if you haven't already, join those FAMU boosters, FAMURattlerBoosters.com. Please go join the boosters. Direct support to Florida A&M athletics. There's the VIP tables and general table cost. It is a write-off. So if your business is interested in buying a table, you can do that as well. All right. Let me see.
Cooling station is in.
The cooling station is in, yeah?
Yeah. They Vaughn showed some pictures and talked about it at the beginning of the 220 Club today.
All right, we're gonna do one more drawing. All right, I'm gonna change up the hashtag this time, so that way I see who's still watching. That way we find out who's still watching the show. All right, we're gonna do one more giveaway here. So if you guys are watching us, if you're watching live on Instagram or on X, you're gonna want to get in somewhere. Come join us on the chats and get ready. Let's see. Let me share the screen here. There we go. Run it back. Hashtag run it back. There it is. Run it back. No, EA. You know what? I yeah, you're funny. That would have been a good one. But yeah, go ahead and hit that hashtag right there if you're interested in winning a copy of the Signed Media Day magazine. Again, let me show it to you. Again, if you didn't see it already, signed by Kendall Bowler, Kelvin Dean, Coach James Colsey. All right. Hashtag run it back. That's all you get. B Starks won the first one, so B Starks, don't do this one. If you're still watching, don't do this, B Starks. So that I'm gonna exclude you from this one. All right, give people a few more. Would you say, Kelvin? You funny. What else we got? Marcus, any other news notes? Any other news and notes you want to get out? We're gonna get ready to close up the show here pretty soon. So
no, we're gonna have to restock on the tennis team.
Yeah, we lost another one, huh?
Yeah. I know a couple of weeks ago we talked about
Rebecca Gaines
leaving, and saw a tweet earlier today that came out, I guess, about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. It was my first time seeing it. Someone, I think, as a FAMU affiliated tweeter or Twitter poster, because I've seen his tweets before, mentioned that our tennis team is losing people. And checked on Instagram, saw Sierra Sandy, who is a rising senior. She transferred to Georgia State.
Yeah, and I remember she's from Atlanta. She's from she's from the Georgia or Atlanta area, isn't it?
I actually think she's from Woodbridge, Virginia. Because I had her profile pulled up.
All right.
Because I was checking. That's the only way I knew everybody's social media, because they do have it linked to their profile. So I was checking all of them. And she's the only one that are confirmed. But I don't know if there's anyone else that may have left. So that's two. And our top two players, I guess, being in the 1 spot and 2 spot, Rebecca Gaines left. I think Reagan Harris is number 2. And I can't tell from hers or not. It's still saying FAMU tennis, and she didn't have any posts on Instagram. I don't know if she has Twitter. But yeah, this is the way of the world now, and they might need to watch out for some of our other athletes that are excelling in other sports.
It's what happens when you win. You win,
yeah.
People pay attention, and in this day and age, if you can get some school paid for, I don't know all the situation and details. We're gonna have to do a little investigating and make some phone calls and try to find out what we can find out off the record or whatever. But yeah, we'd love to kind of find out how and why we're losing people.
Well, I can tell you, we kind of mentioned it with football. If you look at most of them, it ain't in every case, but you look at folks who who have graduated or are graduating, and then once you become a graduate student, you no longer undergrad. It's more of a struggle to use that last year at FAMU because you don't qualify for the same funds. So I'm starting to look at and see that it may be more important to target the seniors and the grad student athletes with NIL opportunities.
I agree with that, but there may be a couple of freshmen and sophomores, especially on a softball team, we might need to take a look at.
All right. Let's do boom. Okay. Let's do the contest here. Let's fingers crossed that an account that now that's the funny thing. Now, supposedly though, in order to get entered, you have to hit the hashtag. So I don't know why or if the let's just hope the network feed doesn't get in. Let's just hope. Anybody, if you're watching on Instagram, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that hashtag and let's see if you get an opportunity here. Looking to see there's some people that might be watching us on Instagram Live or on X in the chat. You can hit hashtag run it back to win a copy. All right, you guys ready? Let's see whose name comes up with. Let's go ahead and draw here. We're ready. Here we go. Let's see what comes up. Let's see who comes up. It's coming down to it. And look at that.
Yeah.
Kid ended up winning. Oh man. Okay. Is he is eligible, right? Even though okay, he is eligible. Good stuff. Well, we know how to. I guess you know how to get in touch with Ken, so we know how to. That's not hard. Congratulations, Ken. Congratulations. So those are B Starks and Ken Rozier winning the signed copies of the media.
Hey, Ken, right around the corner from you. You need to go drop his off.
Right where? Up here?
No. When you get back home.
Really?
Yeah. Right. Ken originally from Apaka. I'm assuming he's somewhere around there now.
Oh well. All right. Well then, yeah. I'll have to make that happen. I'll do that. Good stuff. Congratulations, Ken. Appreciate you. Congratulations to you, B Starks, as well. Okay, well, it's been a loaded show. Again, a lot to react to. SWAC Football Media Day. Just want to encourage everybody. Again, if you're interested in those Janet Jackson tickets.
Janet Jackson.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
More like Freddie Jackson.
That's Saturday. Janet Jackson tickets Saturday. Mike Road Dog Reed. That number again, Kelvin. Did you have that tweet? I should have started when you posted it earlier.
Yeah, you should have.
Let me grab it here real quick. Here it is. I'm gonna post it in the chat. 813-240-3116. So that's again. There's the number. If you're interested in tickets, proceeds from the tickets going to the ONG StrikeZone. So again, this is at the Kia Center Saturday. That's in Orlando. Section 111A. That's 111A, row 28. So there's about 8 tickets available. So if you and some friends want to go see Janet Jackson, I may have to hold on to a couple tickets. Might need to go to that. Make some phone calls.
Go ahead, player.
If you're available, holla at me. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just stop it.
Stashay already told you.
Stashay, don't think I won't call now. Don't think I won't now. Yeah. So that's Saturday, Orlando Kia Center, Janet Jackson. There it is. All right. All reasonable offers are being considered. So those are good seats. I love that. All reasonable offers are being considered. All right. Any other final words, fellas? Anything that you want to get in before we close out the show officially?
The only thing I'll say is I'm looking forward to next week when the football team officially starts camp. It'll be a show day. So I might try to sneak my head around there and see what I can see before the show next week. And also shout out to Derek Singleton for his support of our show and his very generous donation. And you want me to use that code that's up there now?
You can, yeah. You want to just hold on to it. That's fine.
I might want to get me a stud earring too. So
use the square. Why I tell you, y'all a mess. I see. Can't do nothing around y'all. What do you got here, Marcus?
Not a lot. Just looking forward. Summer winding down and football's upon us.
Just looking at the Instagram post from Sierra _Sandy 25. Yeah, well, we'll see how it affects.
And those are the two we know about. That tweet said, used the word decimated. So I don't know if that means more and it just hasn't been revealed yet or what.
I sure would like to know what if anything
hit hard. I want to say hit hard.
Our woman, our administrator, the Nike administrator, what efforts are being done to try to help support the coaches and student athletes so that they don't have to make that choice.
Right. All right. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's show. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being a part of it somehow, some way, wherever you're watching. Hit the thumbs up and the like button if you haven't already on Facebook and YouTube. Hello, and thank you to everybody on Instagram and Twitter. Please make sure you're following the O&G Strike Zone at O&G Strike Zone on Facebook, X, Instagram, and on YouTube. Go find all of the clips, various clips, interviews that we've done over the past couple of months, all on the O&G Strike Zone YouTube page. And again, last encouragement to join the JBN channel. Next Wednesday's show, we do the drawing to see who's going to sit at the table with us when we do the kickoff luncheon on August 10th in Tallahassee. That's a Saturday, August 10th. So that should be good. All right. Well, for Marcus Green and Kelvin Rozier, I'm Bryan Fulford. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Things up, Rattler Nation. Be well. Strike hard, strike hard, strike hard, strike, strike, strike again. And we will see you soon. Peace out.